Greetings to you all. 13 years of my schooling, a whole chapter of my life, is slowly closing its page. But before the book shuts completely, I want to share some stories, lessons, and moments that have shaped me into the person I stand as today. These aren't just memories, they are stepping stones gathered across 5 years of high school, from year 9 to year 13. I will be delving into the smallest of changes that grew into the biggest lessons, because as they say, time doesn't walk, it flies. For some, high school is the golden era, a time of laughter, freedom, and friendships. For others like myself, it began as a storm of uncertainty. I did not feel ready to leave my paharakiki, my roots at Kohangatira, Nana Primary School. That was the garden where I was nurtured, where I spoke, thought, and dreamed in te reo Māori. Letting go of my mum's hand on that first day of college felt like cutting a cord that still bound me to safety. My heart was heavy, yet I walked forward into the unknown. The transition into college was almost perfect. Familiar faces softened the fear, as many of my previous friends remained by my side. But quickly I learnt my first big lesson. College wasn't just about textbooks and deadlines, but about connections. It was about finding my place with peers and teachers, and about adjusting to the differences between a rimaki classroom where Māori was the heartbeat of learning and a mainstream school where te reo was no longer the centre but a shadow in the corner. By the end of 2021, I had survived my first year of college. Year 9 was turning into year 10, and I knew the climb would only get steeper. The schoolwork grew heavier, and the English language often felt like a wall I had to scale each day. Yet, in my Māori classes, I found strength. I was honoured with the Year 9 Excellence Award for completing all my work with purpose and meaning. It was a reminder that while my reo might not have been prioritised in every classroom, it was still a part of me, unshakable, unyielding. I also saw the inequity. When mainstream education was measured by your ability to interact convincingly in English, my o Māori was dismissed or insignificant. That truth stung like cold rain. Still, the year was not without joy. Among 100 new faces, I found a circle of friendship that wrapped around me like a cloak in winter. Jacinta, Chevelle, Dejanay, and Ornea. Names that to me are not just syllables, but threads in a woven korowai of belonging. Every interval, every lunchtime, we would sit together, laughing until our sides hurt, sharing food, sharing silence, lifting one another up when the weight of the world pressed down. It felt like the whakawhanaungatanga I had yearned for growing up, a chosen family. Yet even in the midst of the light, shadows lingered, whispers, laughter, mocking eyes, all directed at my appearance. Their words cut deeper than any teacher's red pen. They reminded me that the world does not always embrace difference, but more ruthlessly it can crush, or worse, degrade as less than. I carried that sadness quietly, like a stone, in my pocket. But stones, when carried too long, smooth themselves out, and I told myself I would too. It was time to choose me and find my light. But instead of smoothing, the stone grew heavier. The silence I held began to echo louder than any laughter around me. Self-harm started calling my name. Its voice disguised as comfort, I surrendered to it. Night after night I hurt myself, hoping to crave, hoping to carve away the pain, hoping my existence would trouble the world a little less if I made myself smaller. At 15, with a heavy heart and a mind clouded by sadness, depression, and fragile self-esteem, I truly believed that the world would not miss me. But life has its way of proving us wrong. My turning point was when I stepped into the new school, into a new environment, new faces, new energy. He kura te tangata is the slogan of my kura, te kura Māori o Porirua. I arrived fragile, carrying the weight of past wounds, yet a small part of me was still curious, still willing to try. Leaving behind the people I loved most was painful but necessary. I could already sense that my mental state, like a shadow, touched everything. My physical health, my schoolwork, even the way I connected socially. The insecurities I carried from the hatred and judgment at Nana College still clung to me. But here, in this new place, a seed of hope began to stir. Te kura Māori o Porirua provided a safe and inclusive environment where students were embraced regardless of their appearance, knowledge, or language patterns. It was within this place that I came to understand the true value of acceptance and unity, as diversity was not only acknowledged but celebrated. The kura fostered a sense of belonging and encouraged personal growth, allowing me to thrive both academically and personally. Most importantly, it was here that I formed enduring friendships which continue to shape and support me beyond the classroom. Slowly I began to regain strengths I thought I had lost a long time ago. Most importantly, my love and commitment to kapahaka. Growing up in a haka household, I once felt like the black sheep of my whānau when I lost passion for such an important part of my culture. However, stepping back into te ao Māori reignited that spark and encouraged me to rebuild my connections with kapahaka. The first time I tried out ngā matarau o te Puawaitanga, I wasn't so successful. It felt as though I was learning everything from the beginning again after so many years away. My body was no longer used to the discipline of standing strong and moving with intensity for long periods of time. Nevertheless, I did not give up. The following year, I tried again, driven by determination to stand for my kura one last time. This time, I made it into the lines. Even though our rōpū did not win, the effort and heart we carried will never go unnoticed. More importantly, I felt that spark return within me, the hunger to be on the stage, carrying my whānau and my home with me. Now, as I stand at the end of this chapter, I see how every moment, every tear, every victory, every silence has brought me full circle. What once felt like a burden, the stone I carried through hardship and hurt, has transformed me into a stepping stone that grounds me in who I am today, who I am and where I come from. My journey through 13 years of schooling has not only shaped my mind, but reawakened my spirit, guiding me back to my whānau, my whakapapa and my roots that hold me firm. I walk forward now, not carrying the weight of the past, but standing on it stronger, wiser and ready to continue my pathway, grounded in the aroha that connects me to those who came before and those who will follow after. Thank you.